Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome on into baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. I'm Sean, and we have a quadruple header of baseball action for you today. We are going, I didn't have my notepad open for those of you keeping track at home, and I'm sure that bit is funny to no one but me. We're going to be heading to Washington, D.C. Red Sox taking on the Nationals, and then we have a big West Coast swing. We have the Rangers playing the Dodgers in Los Angeles. We have the Athletics in San Diego taking on the Padres, and we have the Phillies taking on the Mariners in the beautiful PNW. Let's jump in to today's game. If I can click on the correct thing. That's really loud in my headphones. Whoopsie daisy. We'll turn that down a little bit. The Mariners-Phillies game I think is really interesting because both teams are doing pretty well. But we will start in the nation's capital. The Red Sox are taking on the Nationals. We're going to be looking at some of these teams and probably trying to cut them down a little bit as far as the season continues. Because, do you really want to watch? I think there's one game today. Let me see if I can pull the photo up real quick. I think it might be that Athletics game where you're like, neither of these teams are very good. But it's early enough to where maybe they can turn it around. Maybe. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. We actually have day 27, by the way, on the 27th, which is kind of wild. That's not the one I wanted. Yeah, the Athletics and the Padres are both under 500. But we're not worrying about that now. Today right now we're worrying about the Red Sox taking on the Nationals, 41,888. Someone really liked that. Really was like, you know what? We can get 888 people in here. The Red Sox are starting off with Christian Liu in center field. Third baseman Adrian Beltre. Right fielder Jason Hayward. Left fielder Carlos Lee. Catcher Benji Molina. First baseman is Justin Smoke. Shortstop Jason Bartlett. Designated hitter Jorge Cantu. And second baseman Blake DeWitt. If you didn't already, you can do it after the stream, but we opened a bunch of Disney Wonder cards this morning. That was our co-op video of the day, and I think I found a cool game for us to maybe check out for next week. I need to actually talk to her about that. Be like, hey, check this out. I got a trial. Randy Wolf, 0-4. Oh, he's hungry like the wolf for his first victory of the season. Totally worth not getting the stats correctly for that joke. Randy hungry like the wolf. Come on, it was there. It was there. He's 0-4, a 9.28 ERA, 4 games, 10.2 innings. He has given up 21 hits, 7 walks, and has 7 strikeouts. Yeesh. So the lefty is going to get ready to fire the first pitch, and that is in for a strike. And we are underway here in MLB 11, the show on the PlayStation 2. I knocked that case down onto the floor the other day. I must keep this pristine. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So much crap on this desk. So much crap. Here comes the 0-2 from Randy Wolf. Hungry Like the Wolf is a song that always makes me think of Big Fat Liar, the Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, Paul Giamatti movie from 2002, and Universal Pictures, as the lefty winds and fires. That is hit out to the second base. Fields it cleanly and fires over to first. That is out number 1. The Universal really likes straight to DVD, like straight to home video sequels still. So they made a movie called Bigger, Fatter Liar. So there you go. There's your fun fact of the day. That pitch is low. Because a lot of movies get sequels in theaters. But guess how many Death Race movies there are. And then guess how many of them went to theaters. Lefty winds. Fires inside. There are 4 Death Race movies, not including the original Roger Corman ones. The Jason Statham and forward, 2008 to now. I think only one of them went to theaters. Maybe number 2 did, but I doubt it. I can't imagine that first movie was a financial success for a theatrical release of the sequel. That movie also not very good. I saw that movie in theaters. I was like, this was not great. Death Race. Death Race, 1975. That's not what we're looking for. That is a walk. 2008. Where's the sequels? Music, home release, reception, box off. Oh, there's prequels. Death Race. That is fouled away. There's no box office, so I'm assuming that it was development and pre-production. It was a sequel to a 1975 movie. That's going to be hit to second base. He will step on the bag, fires over to first. Not in time. Safe. Safe at first base. Would have been a more exciting call if I was not looking at this. Universal Pictures released Death Race 2 straight to video. Great. Thank God I solved that mystery. Whew! You play one round of a detective game with the word duck in the middle. Deductive, I think is what it's called. And all of a sudden you got to become a detective. You got to get to the bottom of every mystery. Did Death Race 2 come out in theaters? So 1 on and 2 out. Boston gets a bit of a break, but they hit right to the shortstop. He fires over to first. So only a couple extra pitches. Sometimes those 1-out innings can be pretty dangerous for the defensive team because they can't get that one more pitch. Really want that double play, just not able to capitalize. Sometimes it burns them. But that'll bring up the home team, the Washington Nationals. They'll be led by Jose Reyes for the shortstop. Delman Young in left field. Ryan Howard at first. Kelly Sopich behind the dish. Mike Cameron out in center field. Chris Coughlin, the designated hitter. Chase Headley at third. Carlos Guillen at second. And Angel Pagan. The right fielder. That triple switch lane at the bottom of the order that becomes 4 if you can flip it. Can make for a very interesting game for these Washington Nationals. Brian Masters, 2-1 to 4.50 ERA, 12 innings in 4 games, 11-8 and 10. A little bit more balance is kind of what you want to see. The walks you probably want to cut down just a little bit. But the hits to strikeouts being even is a little bit better. So Washington will be led off by Jose Reyes. That W and 7 look like they're too close to the middle. Just push it out just a little bit. That is swung on and missed. That looked like it was supposed to go outside and then it came all the way across the plate. Reyes probably thought it was going to catch a little bit more of the plate, but it did not. So it's another lefty pitcher. Is that Trumps? I think the other pitcher was a righty. Whoopsie daisy. We can check the footage. No, he's a lefty. And that didn't go where it said it was going to go. That is going to be blooped into left center. Yeah, both pitchers are lefties. Okay, cool. Good job, Sean. Look, we've solved 2 mysteries today, everybody. Are you excited about that? Isn't that thrilling? Delman Young stepping up. As the double puts a runner in scoring position immediately for the Washington Nationals with that knock into left center field. Both times like something exciting has happened, I'm reading something different. Not helpful. Wow, it benefited them hugely. Whoa. I took a drink that time. What is happening? What is going on? They put the runner in motion. I thought we were going to get more of like a hit and run situation. But then instead it's a pass ball. So runner was going to get to third most likely regardless. However, this game does get a little funky as that's smashed foul. This game does get a little funky with the base running decisions. Runner second to third. It seems like basically if you divide the plate in half and it goes toward the third baseline, they don't tend to run as aggressively. That is drilled up the left field line. Foul. 1 and 2, nobody out. Tons of ways to get this runner in. That is not going to do it. He will fire over to first as The runner at third dives back safely. Nice defense there, playing on the cut of the grass. Actually, he had a couple of feet in the dirt. That base running does make sense to me, personally. Ryan Howard, 10 RBI on the season. Batting just under 300. Good opportunity here. Still, obviously, lots of ways to get this runner across. The lefty fires. That's a strike on the outside edge. Probably a good take from Ryan Howard. Not probably going to do a ton with that. That is in at the bottom of the zone. Strike 2. Welcome on, everybody. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you had a good holiday if you're celebrating. If not, I hope you had just a good Thursday. A lot of sports on today, so hopefully... Gonzaga got crushed by 40 yesterday. Largest loss in Mark Few's tenure. 1-2 to Ryan Howard. He'll take that inside 2-2. Great eye from him. He has not taken the bat off his shoulder in this at-bat. Lefty fires. That one gets away. No advance. Obviously not going to... Oh, boy. Okay. Whoa. So no advance, but it looked like he was kind of late getting back to third. That makes it 3-2. So he was ahead. The left-handed pitcher ahead. 0-2. Howard works the count back to 3-2. Fouls that off to stay alive. Another payoff pitch incoming. He will do the same thing. Drive it up the third baseline. Foul. Payoff pitch. Foul up the first baseline. So just having a little trouble getting this out. This would be pitch number 8 of the at-bat. Howard is going to launch this into right center field. He is jotting home. It is a 2-run home run. Go big piece. Ryan Howard with an absolute shot to left or right field, excuse me. The payoff pitch was not where it needed to be. Fouled off a few pitches in a row and then bam, puts it in the seats. And it's 2-0 Nationals. Only one away. Easy money. Yeah, you said that, and then he hit a home run, so we'll credit that to you. God, sorry. Go Birds. Phone slipped out of my hand. Embarrassing. 1-0 after the home run. That pitch somehow missed. It must be the angle that we're looking at. That looked good on the outside part of the plate, but not getting the call from the umpire. Who's Philadelphia's playing who? Is that Chicago tomorrow? Got the Black Friday game on Amazon. 2-1. That is inside. Big lead for the Bengals here, 29-14. They have 5 field goals. Kind of gross, but a couple of passing touchdowns mixed in from the return of Joe Burr. That just misses on the outside, and that will be a walk. So, not a great sequence of events there. That'll bring Mike Cameron to the plate, looking to do some damage. Yeah, Bears, Eagles. Hey, go Birds. That stays outside. Hopefully the Philadelphia Eagles come back tomorrow with a little bit of vengeance. Packers get the Bears 2 of the next 3 weeks, so that'll be very interesting. I believe it's the 7th and the 21st, or the 7th and the 20th, something like that. Like a weird Saturday game. Whoa, what channel is that going to be on? I didn't even think about that. I was talking to my brother about the Packers schedule today. Packers who won today. Go Pack, go, baby. Yeah, 7th and the 20th. Swung on and missed, so Mike Cameron set down on strikes. It's on Fox for some reason, but okay. Swing pitch, or swing track, just laid on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball in that low corner of the zone. Nice location. Chris Coughlin. He will step in. One on and 2 away. It's another lefty-lefty matchup. Pitcher lost the first one. See if he can get back on track with this at-bat. Misses that one. Makes it 1-0. That is somehow a strike. Looked a little low to me, but gets the call. 1-1. That stays high for a ball. That one is dribbled out. Okay, that looked a little more dramatic than it needed to be. Washington picks up 2 runs on 2 hits. Molina, Smoke, and Bartlett, are coming to the dish for Boston in the top of the second. 2-run home run from Ryan Howard. Benji Molina. Randy Wolf misses. That pitch missed badly. Wow. 1-0. That is in for a strike. One and one. That makes it 2-1 as that one sails just a little bit high. That stays outside. This is where you'd like the pitcher to maybe be just a little more aggressive, try to get through this inning as quickly as possible. Get those bats back up there while they're hot. That one is hit. Shortstop. Nice little back stab. Throws it over to first, and that is out number 1. Kind of did that little punch into the glove and fire over to first. Well, that's an out. Lefty shakes off the catcher. Gets into his motion and fires it low. It's ball number 1. One away here in the top of the second. Ooh, looping curveball gets the outside part of the zone. It feels like we've seen a couple of pitches, or we saw a couple of pitches in similar, like, leftiness of the dish, of the plate. Didn't get called in the last half inning, but Wolf gets the call on the edge. Leaves that one over the heart of the plate. Lucky that it stayed in for just a single. I'm guessing even though he had a single on it, Smoke would want that pitch back. Slices it into right field to get on base, and that'll bring up Jason Bartlett. He has a 308 average and a stolen base. Pitcher winds. That one left a little bit high. Left fielder running out to get it. This game has such a weird look. It's either soft jaunt or full speed, and there's not much of an in-between. There's not a steady in-between. Jorge Cantu steps in with 1 on and 2 away. That one stays outside for ball 1. So he's fallen behind 1-0 to every batter in this inning at this point. 0 for 4. Getting ahead of the batter on the first pitch. 0 for 4. Not good. That is... Noticing here that Wolf has had a little bit more trouble with the location. He's left some of those big looping curveballs, 12-6s, whatever. Changeup is the other one that I was looking for. He's left those up in the zone in hittable locations. That one sliced foul. Boy, he'd want that one back. He was early. That is a long strike. 1-2. Leaves that one high. That one stays well out of the zone. Makes it 2-2. One on, 2 gone in the top half of the second. That one dribbled to the pitcher. Stops and makes a steady throw over to first, and that will retire the side. Boston picks up a hit, but strands the runner between first and second. Headley, Guillen, and Pagan. Coming up for the Nationals, looking for an insurance run or more before heading to the top of the third. Chase Headley has a .314 average, a couple RBI. No home runs, no stolen bases. That pitch misses low to fall behind this batter, 1-0. Maybe just getting a little too cute. That one stays high and inside. Looked like it hit him from our screen, or our angle, but I'm sure rotating it just a little bit more inside. The lefties are ready with the 2-0. Fires. That one's fouled away. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. It's hit out to a sliding second baseman. Can't pick it up in time. Or can't pick it up cleanly, I should say. The throw is just a step late. It's a good effort. I mean, I think he timed the slide pretty well. It'll be 1 on for the Nationals. Each of their leadoff hitters have gotten aboard. This is a good guy to bring up behind him. He's batting, what, 400 in this position? My goodness. That is indeed a 400, a 1 home run, 5 RBI, 400. And that stays inside. Falls behind this batter as well. 1-0. That one missed. Feel like we've seen lower pitches get the strike, and that one got the ball. I don't know if there's a setting. Usually you could turn on a setting that's like, yeah, I'd like variable pitching. Or variable umpiring, I should say. That's a strike. The top level of the zone. Two and 1. That's low. And he works a walk. So that'll put 2 aboard with nobody out. Let's see, is it? It is Angel Pagan, okay. He'll step in with 2 on. 2-0 Boston, or 2-0 Washington, excuse me. Boy, 2. I read 2 Washington, 0 Boston, and I went, yeah, Boston. That was the last letters that were in my brain. That is going to be hit to the second baseman. That was very weird. It looked like he thought about throwing to third and then decided to try to get the tag, but I think missed the tag. Let's see if we get the replay here. He's going to go to third, goes for the tag, misses it. So only 1. They should have had 2. That should have been an easy double play. But it's very easy to put this CPU in a bind, apparently. You can let the runner to advance to third if you get 2 outs. But the double play is not as sure a thing as you might think it would be. That is out by a large margin. I would say unnecessary aggression. You got a mistake from Boston. You didn't need to reward them. I know they poke it into left field here. That's going to get all the way, just shy of the warning track. It's going to be a nice, easy double. Stand-up double, in fact. But that's so easily, you could have come away with nothing there, and I think he would look at it and go, I don't know. Because the double play is so inconsistent, which we already have seen, you could still get a run. I don't know, the whole thing's, it's a mess. Ignore me. Instead, it's an RBI double with 2 away. Thought about swinging, gets the strike called. That one's low. That one's in for a strike. Lefty sets and fires. Ooh, got the swing right at the top of the zone. That one rolls foul. Count stays 1-2. 3-0 Washington in the bottom of the second. Fouled away again. That is up to the first baseline. First baseman tosses to the pitcher covering the bag, and that is out number 3, but not before Washington scores 1. They're up by 3. DeWitt, Liu, and Beltre coming up, for the Red Sox. Randy Wolf is ready. Try and close this game out. Gets the strike call. Not sure if that's on the swing or just in the zone. Either way, it's 0-1. So a better job already here in this half inning to get ahead of the batters. That is hit out to shortstop. He'll pick it up and fire over to first. Out number 1. Christian Liu. He'll hit that well, but foul. 0-1. Long strike. Oh, big looping curveball in there, but just misses the bottom of the zone. It's ball 1. 1-1. That's rolled over to shortstop. Or second base, excuse me. He'll fire to first. Out number 2. Quickly 2 gone here for the Boston Red Sox. Beltre, who worked a walk earlier in this game, is the next batter. Looking to keep this game alive. Here's the pitch. It stays outside. 1-0. Wolf fires that inside and misses. I think this is an okay spot for you to be a little bit more aggressive. I know Beltre is a good hitter. Worst case scenario, you give up a solo home run. Best case scenario, you end the game. That one stays high. 3-0. This is the count where the umpire does like to widen the zone out a little bit. Seen some funky 3-0 strikes. That one is not a funky 3-0 strike. It's an auto take. Now we switch it. Instead of a wide zone, it becomes a batter is very aggressive. Especially with that catcher set up inside. It seems like it's 50-50 on whether the ball's going to go in or leak back over the plate. It's foul at the third base line, and it's 3-2. So here we go with a payoff pitch. As the Red Sox down to their final strike, he will live to see another day. Is Strasburg on the Nats team? No. I'm not sure where he is. That is foul. I don't know if I think we've seen Steven Strasburg. I just can't remember what team he got fantasy drafted to. Here's another payoff pitch. It hits him. Oh, it gets Beltre, and he will... Man, that's a anticlimactic way for that to happen. Randy Wolf was looking good. He was about to close this game out. But instead, that'll bring up Jason Hayward. He's 0 for 1. Starts to get a little bit tighter. Still 2 gone. With the runner on first. And that misses, so falls behind 1-0. Or if you want it from the Boston Red Sox perspective, gets ahead 1-0. That is foul. 1-1. That one stayed way upstairs, 2-1. Seems a little afraid of these 2 hitters here. And just that location is really starting to get away from him. It's 3-1. The tying run is on deck. And he walks him, so that'll bring the tying run to the plate. And we'll see if he gets an advantageous matchup or not. Carlos Lee is a right-handed batter, so I'd give the advantage to the batter here. So an interesting spot here for the Nationals, up 3-0. Tying run at the plate with 2 outs. Gets ahead of this batter 1-0 with a pitch on the outside corner. Wolf getting tired in the 3rd inning. That's the plan. I'd like these pitchers out a lot sooner, if I'm being honest with you. That is crushed, and it is gone. We have a 3-3 game, everybody. With 2 outs, Boston is able to rally and tie the game. Wow. That has been Wolf's problem in this game has been the fact that he's been leaving some of those off-speed big curve pitches, changeups, 12-6 curveballs. He's been leaving those in the zone, and he pays the price for it. Wolf winds and fires. That one misses inside. If the game had some better logic, hope maybe it would, like, I don't know, sub them out. That'd be helpful. Yeah, it was absolutely annihilated. That is rolled over to shortstop. And that is the pitch that he was looking for in the last 3 bats, but it doesn't come to fruition. Boston scores 3 on 2 hits. Or I think actually 1 hit because they had one earlier, I believe. Howard, Shopich, and Cameron, coming up for the Nationals, looking for a walk-off win. God, Evan McPherson kicked 6 field goals. That pitch stays high. Howard does have a home run in this game. It was a 2-run blast back in the first inning. Here's the lefty's pitch, and it's low. How aggressive does the hitter want to be in a 2-0 count? Not aggressive at all. Gets the strike on the inside. 2-1. Lefty winds, fires. Howard takes a strike on the outside. 2-2. That one misses low. 3-2. This was where Boston struggled to put Howard away earlier. He's been able to work full counts in both of his at-bats. Payoff pitch. Howard fouls it away. Here's yet another payoff pitch. That one is hit out to left. This is going to drop in. Yes, just in. It'll get to the corner. It'll be an easy double for Ryan Howard, and that will put the winning run in scoring position. He has a home run and a double. Both of those hits coming with full counts. The other one was a little bit more impressive because it had there were 2 gone at that point. So they will go to the bullpen, the Red Sox. They'll bring in Guillermo Mota. 7 games with a 2-0 record, 4.05 ERA, 6.2 innings pitched, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, no saves on record for the righty. Shopich worked a walk. If you can get something into the grass, it might have to be a little bit deeper. I don't think Howard has a ton of speed. He's going to roll that over to third. That's about the worst case scenario. It's an out and the runner does not advance. Yeesh. Mike Cameron steps in. That's a 294 average. 0 for 1 today. It's crazy to see how there's 0 ball physics in older MLB The Show games. Yeah, I'm kind of curious at what point, and it's not like to be rude, that's another bad out. It does not advance the runner. And I think this guy's thrown 2 pitches. He's gotten 2 outs. I do kind of wonder at what point MLB 11 or MLB The Show on PlayStation 2 became like, hey, let's just update the rosters and tweak a couple things here and there. But we're focused on the PS3 version. That's inside for a ball. So I believe this is the first Washington Nationals pitcher or batter that'll look at the second pitch from this Red Sox pitcher. Two outs here for the Nationals in the bottom of the third, tied 3-3. Winning run at second. Pitcher's ready. Winds and fires. That is swung on and missed. 1-2. The 1-2 stays outside to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Howard on second. That one's way up in the zone. So a good take fills the count at 3-2. That is foul up the third base line. Ooh, that one gets just rolled over. See if he can beat the pitcher to it. He can! Oh, boy. Had to have been like MLB 09 because I believe in MLB 10 or 11 there was stick hitting, which was a new method to hit that they'd never put into the game. I think it's MLB 11. I have the PlayStation 3, the analog stick hitting. All right, so this pitcher has to deal with another batter because he probably pretty smartly just held on to it. Not going to get the out at first. Don't worry about it. Don't make a bad throw and lose the game. Live to fight another batter and see if he can get him out here. See if his gamble works. That one stays high. We can look at the Wikipedia and see where the sales numbers maybe dip a little bit. That one's, ooh, that's a strike on the inside corner. My goodness. They don't have all the sales numbers, but let's go MLB The Show Wiki. That's low for a ball. Well, they were also making MLB The Show on PlayStation Portable through MLB 10, so that's interesting. I don't see any of the sales numbers. Never mind. Oh no, here they are. Excuse me. It wasn't until MLB 08 as that's fouled away. Favorite all-time baseball game? I have a soft spot for this Nintendo 64. That's strike 3 called. My goodness. I don't know if it's one that I have a great deal of nostalgia for. Ken Griffey Jr. baseball on the 64. My brother and I used to play that a lot. Favorite all time? Probably that one, honestly. I can't think of anything else that really, like, clicked. I like the recent MLB The Shows. But if that game, that cartridge worked, I'd check that out a little bit more. Just because it's interesting. For some reason, it just does not work. I don't know if it needs, what needs cleaned or if it's just a dead cartridge, but what's your favorite all-time baseball game? I assume you mean video game? Jason Bartlett. I think there'll be a lot of picks for MVP 05. I love the pinpoint pitching in the newer MLB The Shows. Oh boy, he left that up there, didn't he? Yeesh. We are in the top of the 4th inning here. Nobody out, 1 on. I believe they have the same pitcher up there. Yeah, Wolf, who is, for me, I like the Griffey game, MLB Power Pros. Oh, you know what? I think I have that on PlayStation 2. It was pretty good. There's a couple of, I think they're Japan exclusive, as we see an attempt at a double play, but not in time. The turn to first base just a tick slow, or the roll to shortstop. So still one on here for Boston and only one out. Double play's not as guaranteed as you would think in a game like this. That is launched out to right, or center field. What is it? It's on, like, VGP's website. Let's see. So MLB The 6 outsold, or MLB 07 outsold, the PS2 version outsold the PS3 version, but then the very next year it flips. So I would guess 09 and 10, even though 10 had a bit of a bump as we see a steal attempt results in and out. That ends the top half of the inning. Weird. By the time this game rolled around, they only sold 130,000 copies, apparently, on PS2, which is kind of wild. There was a pretty significant drop on PS3 as well, from 730,000 to 590,000. Anyway. But I would guess, you said, oh, you believe 10 or 11. I would agree with that. The last gasp, like, we'll get some sales out of it, and we're not going to put a whole lot of time or money into it. All right, so the Nationals again with a chance to walk it off. That's hit well, but foul. 3-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. That's outside. What was that? What is that baseball game I am thinking of? I'm pretty sure I have a tab open, and I forgot that let's see, inactive tabs. Probably in there somewhere. That's swung on and missed. Can I search through these? Man, why do I have... You know what? Take a stab at how many unopened... I have a blank number of inactive tabs. Take a stab at what that number might be, as we're going to see this hitter try to leg out for a double. If he does not bobble that and gets it cleaner, that's probably an out at second. PS2 was a super fun console, however, I have more of a soft spot for the GameCube. I agree with you. That is what I grew up with. I have a little bit more of a soft spot for the GameCube. Super Mario Sunshine, I have a stack of GameCube games right here. I bought these at these at a card show. I bought Ultimate Spider-Man, Spyro, Enter the Dragon, Burnout, Super Mario Sunshine, and 007 Everything or Nothing. I was like, look, GameCube games, I should buy those. And they are still wrapped, and I bought them 2 months ago. I'll get around to doing content with them. No, you won't. No, you won't. Shout out to the GameCube. What's your favorite GameCube game? Sunshine, all the Mario Sports. He had so many great options. Yeah, the Mario Sports games were good. I really like Sunshine. I bought it because I was thinking, like, can I actually... What? I don't really want to play the Switch port of it, honestly. Which is like a little bit of a snobby thing to say. But it's like, I would kind of like to go back and try and 100% some of the games that I used to play as a kid. Like, can I do that as an adult now? But I know that that's like a long form series sort of thing. All right, with 2 outs, a runner on third, the Nationals have an opportunity to walk this off. They'll take a pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. I'll search it. By the way, I have 115 inactive tabs. For those of you curious at home. Could not tell you why there are so many of them. Let's see if I recognize any of these logos. Alright, well, that is dribble to the shortstop. We are going to head to the 5th inning as that is out number 3. So neither team can break through, though it probably should have been a Washington Nationals victory a little bit ago. Here's how like different this game is. He takes his hat off, and his other hat is on. His field hat is on. No. Get out of my life. Japanese baseball game PS5. Professional Baseball Spirits, I think, is what I'm talking about. $66. Okay. That's in for a strike. It was on... Oh, you can buy it on PC. Interesting. I think it's on VGP, video game VGP. VideoGamesPlus.ca. Nope, that's absolutely not what I was looking for, but thank you. Anyway. Probably Luigi's Mansion. Okay. That's a funky series. Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube. Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS. Now I believe it's on the Switch. And then Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch. And I think they put the port of the GameCube game on GameCube Online or whatever. Rolled over foul. That is smashed into right field. That'll be a single for the Red Sox. Here in the top half of the 5th. Coach will pull him aside and say, hey, don't get caught when I sell you to steal. Christian Liu is 0 for 2. That is inside for a ball. They're still sticking with Randy Wolf. He has locked things down since the three-run home run. That's outside. So 2-0 here with nobody out. He'll take a swing at that. Sliding stop, fires to second, turns to first for out. Number 2 on the double play. I think that's like the first successful double play we've seen. Maybe the second. Boy, in slow motion it looks even slower. And he's out by about half a step. Adrian Beltre has a walk and was hit by a pitch in a full count. He'll step in with 2 gone. That is hit out to left center. Center fielder comes over, snags it, and we are heading to the bottom half. Still 3-3. It's Mike Cameron making a nice play out there. Some of these graphics get a little weird toward the end. This game's just like a little bit falling apart at the seams. Ryan Howard with another opportunity to be the hero. Already has a 2-run home run in today's game. He'll take a pitch outside. Both of his hits have come with full counts, which is interesting to me. He's nice and patient and works a 1-0 count. Oop, don't do that. There we go. Ooh, don't close that. Okay. Sean, let's settle it down a little bit. 1-1. Right-hander is ready. Winds and fires. That one's right at the letters for strike 2. So Ryan Howard having his toughest at-bat against the right-handed pitcher. The lefty kind of let him get ahead. Howard smashes this to the second baseman. Does he have the speed? No, he does not. He is out by a couple of steps, and that is one away. Kelly Shoppich steps in, 0 for 1 with a walk. That stays outside for a ball. '11 was the last great season for Ryan Howard. He was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, too. Damn. That is foul up the first base side. Let's see. Call up. Okay, come on. MVP in 2006. Oh, okay. Hit well, but foul. 10-20-11. An Achilles tendon injury in 2012. Sent to the disabled list. Oof. Protracted slump. Missed the last 3 weeks of an injury. Man, that is that is unfortunate. Shoppich swings and misses. And that's out number 2. So they will head to the bullpen to bring in another righty. Jeff Fulchino? Fulchino, okay. 5 games, 1-0 record, 1 save, no ERA, 4.2 innings pitched. And the walks and strikeouts are 4 and 4. 4 and 4. Pardon me. Is Ryan Howard on the Hall of Fame ballot, or is he off at this point? That is hit out to right field. And that will do it. So we will head to another extra inning. Neither team can break through. Hayward, Lee, and Molina coming up for the Red Sox. Jason Hayward has a walk and a run today. Started 2 hours late, still on game 1. Yeah, not great. Yeah. Good luck finishing before midnight. Thank you. These are some of the more frustrating games where it's like, sometimes you kind of just are like, it'd be nice if they could just hold on to this 3-0 victory. I do appreciate the ghost runner on second for, at least for regular season baseball in the current day. Because then you get the games like this that just drag on and on. Randy Wolf still in the game, by the way, for the Nationals. The only reason I remember that is because he was the final out in the 2011 ALDS. Hit the ground ball and tore it running to first. Oh, jeez. He is off the ballot. Oh, dang. That's too bad. Sometimes you get like an Edgar Martinez who like clings on just barely for a while and gains enough momentum to get into the Hall of Fame. But so I'm sure that's a different career in a different era. So it's not maybe the fairest comparison in the world, but well, hopefully he's at least honored by the Phillies. I know he's a big part of that. can't get to the Hall of Fame, maybe the franchise that you're best known for can put you in a Ring of Honor or something. Todd Coffey. He's coming in 5 games on record with a 1-1 record. No saves, a 1.93 ERA, 9.1 innings pitched, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts. That is crushed out to right. That is the first pitch from the relief pitcher that they bring in, and it is off the wall. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to go for a home run. Instead, they're going to try for the triple. That ball is late. It's an RBI triple. I thought it was weird that he was standing in the spot that he was standing in. He was waiting for it to bounce. Not a bad catch off the hop, but Benji Molina. As the righty winds and fires, this one is launched out to right center. So that is 2 pitches, 2 hits, and 2 runs driven in. Slides in safe for the double. Edgar was amazing. Also, it's insane to look at the talent Seattle had in their system, but they traded or didn't re-sign. Yeah. Boston has now scored 5 unanswered runs. And that is another pitch that is swung on and at least contacted. That's a foul ball. I like Edgar Martinez a lot. I like his story. The designated hitter spot basically saved his career. Now he's in the Hall of Fame, and he has his number retired by the Seattle Mariners. He would have been the second number retired. Griffey, Martinez, Ichiro. They'll do Randy Johnson. I think it had been brought up in the chat. I think Felix Hernandez would be next. That one gets away a little bit, but blocked in front. So runner slides back safely to second. They're going to go out and talk to him and say, hey, pitch better, please. We did not come all this way to lose. That is foul. The righty winds and fires. That's hit foul up the third baseline. Hope everybody's here for the long haul. So apparently we're here for the long haul. My goodness. 5-3 Boston. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. I believe 6 innings is about as long as we've gone. I feel like the game kind of breaks and goes, yeah. If I remember, Seattle had David Ortiz, Jason Varitek, Derek Lowe. Yeah, David Ortiz for sure. That is somehow strike 3 for out number 1. That's a brutal call. And I feel like the game, when it's a called strike 3, I feel like it doesn't like to give us the pitch or the swing tracking. You wouldn't need the swing tracking, but it doesn't give us the pitch tracking. Almost like it knows that it kind of gave a bad call. It'd be interesting to see what Seattle does with their current batch of talent. That is dove over by the third baseman. They send him around home. They do not know work station to station. So, they're going to go to second, though, because they threw it into home. Good aggressive base running on the back end by Boston. They have a catcher who's probably ready to come up, but with Cal Raleigh there, see if you can maybe get some assets that you can use. Yeah, this game was just a roster update. Well, they only sold 130,000 copies because of it, so that's on them. There is a lot of funk in this game. A check appeal. It did not go. That is hit into left center field. That'll score one. I'll send a runner around third, and that'll score two. So it's a double. 2 RBI double. Boston taking control here. Wonder how many runs they will get. They have the 1 strikeout at least. I think that's it. So 1 away, still a runner in scoring position. And it is just the 1 out. 7-3. 4 runs in here in the top of the 6th inning. They brought in a relief pitcher, and he has been absolute garbo. That's fouled away.
That ball's foul.
That is hit to the second baseman. Boy, if they did not get that out, really going to start to spell disaster. Just so many bobbles between the second baseman and the shortstops in this game. Christian Liu is back up. Lineup flips over. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Here's the righty's pitch. That one stays high. 1-1, excuse me. That stays inside for a ball. 2-1. That just gets the outside. Lou shakes his head because he doesn't agree with it. And I don't agree with it either. It does make it 3-1. Or 2-2. Gosh darn it, Sean. 2-2. 2 out. Big inning for the Red Sox. They pushed 4 across. Lou puts that one into the seats. And we'll do it again. Lou hits that diving third baseman. Can't get it. Dives right over the top of it. And another run will score for Boston. It is 8-3. 8 unanswered runs for the Red Sox. I know that gets a little butter knifey and is a little more dramatic than it is. But a 5-run top half of the 6th. And they had a 3-run home run with 2 outs. That one's pulled up the first base or third baseline. Foul. That one misses low. Here comes the 1-1. That's hit up the first base line. That's foul. Oh my goodness. The never-ending top of the sixth keeps going. It's swung on and missed, so it finally comes to a close. 8-3. Coughlin, Headley, and Guillen are going to try and keep this game alive for the Nationals, as the players run towards the dugouts and just kind of run into an invisible wall. 1 for 2 with a single for Coughlin today. Coughlin takes that low for a ball. That one pops straight into the sky. It's in foul territory. It shifts back toward fair territory. The camera is going everywhere. Not a great shot. And that'll bring in Chase Headley. So quickly one away for the Nationals, who led this game 3-0, believe it or not. That pitch misses inside, ball 1. Righty winds, fires. That is hit well, but foul. Somehow bounced over or found a gap in the fence or something. That is smashed out to right, but nice play by the right fielder. Reaches out and snags out number 2. It's Hayward out there. Carlos Guillen. Down to their final out. Strike on the outside does not help. 0-1. We are, we're well over an hour, by the way, of just this one game. It is interesting to see the variance in the run times of this, because that one's knocked out to left field. I want to say the last one was like 2.5, which is kind of where I want to be, if I'm being honest. I can pull it up here, so let's do this. We'll go content, we'll search MLB 11. What's the shortest? Technically the 147, but the shortest quadruple header. .313 would probably be the longest. Let's see, at 230. So there is a variance of about 45 minutes an episode. Somewhere between the 230 and 315 range. But this game is finally over. Boston comes back. They hit a 3-run game-tying home run in the top of the 3rd. And they're able to outlast the Washington Nationals in 6 innings. They pick up an 8-3 win. Score does not indicate the closeness of this game, or I guess kind of the weird lopsidedness. Carlos Lee, your player of the game, 2 for 3 with a home run and a triple. Jeff Fulcino gets the win, 2-0. Randy Wolf falls to 0-5, could not get the job done. You can see that 3 in the top of the 3rd, and then 5 in the top of the 6th. Boston has Lee's first home run, and Howard hits his 5th for Washington. And that will finally, mercifully end things for us here in the nation's capital. All right, let's move on to our second game of the day, which is right here. We're going to go out west. We are going west, everybody. Dodgers are taking on a team that I've already forgotten who it is. But we're going to find the right thumbnail, and we're going to tell you that it is the Texas Rangers. We'll get you caught up on a couple of scores here. Orioles over the Brewers, 2-0. Blue Jays over the Cardinals, 1-0. Guardians over the Braves, 6-1. And we are going to scroll all the way down here. Rangers, Dodgers. And as quickly as we can, jump into the next game, because Lord knows that we lost a lot of time in that first one. If you're having a good time with the video, if you enjoy the stream, give the video a like, hit it with that thumbs up, helps the channel, and it's free. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. We're live. I'm live 5 nights a week with baseball here in MLB 11. The show will have a bunch of content and coverage with MLB 20, the show 26 when it rolls around. And that's going to be a fun way to break my brain later in the year. Or I guess early next year. Texas Rangers are 11-11. The Los Angeles Dodgers are 8-14, as I believe they are the 5th place squad in the National League West. So I guess Dodgers haters, get in here. Dodgers lovers, I'm sorry. Matt Kemp is going to lead things off for the Texas Rangers. He is your center fielder. Adam LaRoche at first. Jay Bruce in right. Dan Uggla at second. Ian Stewart at third. Dan Johnson, the designated hitter. Ian Desmond is the shortstop. Mike Napoleon Dynamite is behind the dish. And left fielder Milton Bradley rounds out this starting lineup for the Texas Rangers. I guess one of the rules that I don't talk about is I have the designated hitter on for everyone. So it's probably a waste of time to have pitchers hit. Oh boy. Jahulis? Just chasing? Oh man, not a shot on that one. And the PA announcer didn't tell me how to pronounce it. So that's not great. 1-3 with a 3.38 ERA. 4 games with 10.2 innings pitched, 11 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Watching myself not know how to pronounce that name is hilarious. That pitch misses low. Ball 1 as we get underway here in Los Angeles. Just going to try and pull up a link for my swung on and missed. Oh, can I? That is crushed out to left field. It is going. It is going. It is gone. Leadoff home run for the Texas Rangers. Into the bullpen out and left. And Kemp gets things started loudly. Adam LaRoche stepping in. That pitch is outside for a ball. Change of standings recap after this game or at the end of the Mariners game tonight. I can give you a standings recap. It's outside for a ball. We can do a standings recap after this one. There's not going to be a ton of change, I don't think so. Yeah, we can check it. We can take a look at it. If I missed that before this game started, I do apologize. That's ball 4. Man, this game is ugly. So nobody out as the Dodgers struggle to pitch here. 1 home run, 1 walk. They'll get ahead 0-1 on that one. Game number 2 of 4. Boy, that other game took forever. So we will cross our fingers and pray for some quicker games to try and hopefully balance things out a little bit. Mariners Phillies coming up later tonight. That's a good one. We'll head to San Diego to watch the Athletics take on the Padres as we watch a strikeout. Big swing and a miss. And we get the swing track very early on the 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Just outside of the zone for strike 3. Oh, man, my favorite photo. Yeah, just take my picture. That's too much mouth movement. Ooh, runner on first. Thought about swinging, but able to hold it back. Pitch misses low for a ball in. No appeal over to the first base umpire. Here comes the 1-0. It's hit well up the first baseline, foul. Oh, this one is crushed out to left. It is going, it is going. It is the second home run of the top of the first inning. It is 3-0 Texas. And that'll bring up Ian Stewart. Maybe we start to pull the Dodgers off the watch schedule. Yikes. Right-hander. Gets a strike call on the outside. 0-1. That is hit well. Is that going right center? Is that out of here? Is it going to be a catch? It is caught right at the warning track. That'll bring in Dan Johnson. I guess the best way to tell if it's going to be a home run or if it's going to be an out is to look at how hard the runner is running in the upper right corner of the screen. That gives you the clue. Because if they're jogging, then you know it's gone, and if they're running hard, you know it's going to be at least a shot to be a hit. So 2 outs here in the top of the first, excuse me. 3-0 already. Texas off to a hot start. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. That is hit to a diving third baseman. And throws it. He yeets it into almost into the dugout. It allows the runner to advance to second. And the Dodgers cannot catch a break here in this top of the first. Whew. Ian Desmond's going to step in. Likely kind of surprisingly to him. See if they can do a little more damage with 2 away. Oh my goodness, I thought that was going to get launched into the stratosphere. Instead, it's a 2-out RBI double. It is 4-0 Texas here in the top of the first. That pitch looked so good coming in. I thought it was going out strongly. Mike Napoleon Dynamite stepping in here. That is a strike. That is a strike as well. So 0-2, 2 gone, runner on second. That misses low. Ball one. Batter has not taken a swing at anything. The righty winds and fires that one low, and Napoleon Dynamite here at the dish, making things difficult. Nice patient at bat, good eyes. Took a couple of strikes, fell behind 0-2, but has been able to even up the count at 2-2. As he puts that one into right field, that is going to be an RBI single. Oh, he's going for second. They're throwing it into second. He will be safe. So the inning that will never end. Go Mariners. Milton Bradley stepping in. 5-0 Texas. 2 gone. And misses that one inside. 1-0. Really excited for the Dodgers to somehow hit a 5-run home run in the bottom of the third with 2 outs to tie it. And we really will be here well past midnight, everybody. That is hit past the sliding second baseman. They will send the runner around third. There'll be another 2-out RBI for the Texas Rangers. 6-0. Matt Kemp is 1 for 1. He has a solo home run, so we flipped the lineup over. See what Kemp can do. Can he put another one in the seats? His home run did just, barely get out. Milton Bradley could have been so much greater if he wasn't such a total headache. I think that applies to a lot of us. I could be a lot better of a person if I wasn't a headache. 1 error charge to the Dodgers. 5 hits, 6 runs scored. And Texas with a big lead to open up the game. It is always so frustrating to hear about a player. Not Juan Pierre, because he was our cheat season in MLB 2K5 god. He is the designated hitter here for the Dodgers. Carlos Beltran in center. Ryan Braun in left. Adam Dunn over at first. Michael Giancarlo Stanton in right field. Ryan Dubon is the catcher. Wilson Bettiment at third base. Gordon Beckham at second. Cliff Pennington is your shortstop. But it is unfortunate to hear, man, could have been great. Just a total ass. Sean spells his name incorrectly. Markham is 1-2 with a 2.31 ERA. 4 games with 11.2 innings pitched, 7.5 at 11. Those aren't bad splits as far as the hits, walks, strikeouts. Having the strikeouts lead in that category is a positive. See what he can do. Should be very aggressive throwing the ball. His team is up by 6. Worst case scenario, you're going to give up solo home runs. Now, we did see recently when the Twins were playing, because I jinxed the pitcher 3 times, they give up some solo shots. Pierre puts a charge into this one, but it's an out. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 gone for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the first. What was that Twins game recently? It wasn't the one that we just watched against the Diamondbacks. It was further back. Oh, it was Phillies. It was Twins-Phillies. That was a weird game. Back a couple of days ago. It's in for a strike. Strike 1. Oh, we went back on Monday? That is hit to the third baseman. Spinning stop, fires to first, and that is an out. Number 2. Just the polar opposite kinds of innings right now. You have the Rangers taking forever, and the Dodgers That is foul up the first baseline, just outside. Not sure whether they're cheering for the strikeout with an 0-1 count, but he will make it 0-2 with a swing that goes foul. Dodgers not doing a very good job at... Oof, swung on and missed. So a 1-2-3 bottom of the first, and that completes our polar opposite of half innings. Big, long 5 hit, 6-run inning. The Dodgers are down in order. So we will head to the top of the second, still 6-0. Top of the inning, number 2. Here comes the pitch. It is a ball inside. Be curious to see if this pitcher can settle down at all and try and at least give a quick inning to give his offense a chance. Dodgers don't need 6 runs in the inning like all at once. They can try and get 3 or 4. Only need 2 next time around, but I think right now it starts with the pitching staff not giving up too many more hits or runs. Here comes the 2-0 from the righty. That one stays up high for a ball. How wide does the zone get? Looks like he's set up pretty low. It's well outside and ball 4. So immediately puts a runner on, and that is not what you want to see from your starting pitcher after giving up 6 in the previous inning. That'll bring in Jay Bruce from the left-hand side. That one is low. Ball 1. So not a good start. 5 straight balls. And gets the strike call on the outside corner. I was curious if the zone would open up on the last 3-0 count and make it 3-1, but I think the pitch was too bad to expand the zone that much. Does get kind of a generous call, in my opinion, on that one. That is hit well but foul. Good break for the Dodgers. Can't be giving up more hits, can't be giving up more runs. Here comes the 1-2. That one stays inside to flatten things out. 2-2. That ball is foul. That misses low, so the count now is full. And way too close for another walk. Here comes the payoff pitch. Righty winds, fires, and that one is dribbled to the shortstop. He fires to second, who rotates to first, or makes the turn to first, and that will be a double play. Good turn by the Dodgers. They really needed that. They can't let these innings go on too long or too much longer than they already have. Dan Uggla, 1-for-1 with a 2-run home run. Throw him the heater. That gets the bottom of the zone, so strike 1. He's gone to that right-hand batter's box, kind of low corner. Gotten a couple of calls there in this inning. The righty is ready. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses. 1-1. That pitch is in for a strike. The righty fires, but it gets away a little bit. It's a good block in. No harm, no foul with nobody on. Here comes the 2-2 with 2 outs. Ugla takes it low for a ball. Full count yet again. As the righty struggles to find a consistent rhythm, find the zone consistently. He'll take inside, so now 1 for 1 with a 2-run home run and a walk. 1.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned, 3 blocks, 1 strikeout. He's thrown 44 pitches. That'll bring in Ian Stewart, who he has 0 for 1 today, so that's a positive. 370 average on the season. Righty swings, or the lefty, excuse me. What? Righty pitches, lefty swings, 0-1. Got all backwards there. I started with the word righty, and then I was like, what do I want to talk about? I don't know. I don't know. That gets a generous call. It's that same location. He's gone back there. He's gone to that spot 4 times. He's gotten 3 strike calls, and one of them was just a little bit too bad. Here comes the 0-2. That one sails upstairs. 1-2. One good pitch can get him out of this inning and give his team a fighting chance. They are down 6. So it's a little tricky to believe as we see a big swing and a miss. It's a little hard to believe because the Dodgers went 1-2-3 and they went 1-2-3 quickly. It'll be Dunn, Stanton, and Dumas. Adam Dunn. Batting .379 on the season. Adam Dunn is going to take a big hack at that, trying to be a hero, trying to hit a 6-run solo shot, thinking this is cricket. Instead, pops it up easily to the third baseman, and that is 1 away. In the bottom of the second. Okay, they don't apparently have Michael Stanton's name in the game. That gets the edge, the outside edge, for strike 1. Here comes the righty's pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Stanton hits this one, but pops it up to the second baseman. That is out number 2. Ryan Domit's photo looks a little weird. Like his eyes didn't get enough light. It's just like staring into your soul. It's like, hey, this hurts. 2 gone here for the Dodgers in the bottom half of inning number 2. He'll take a strike on the outside part of the plate. Falls behind immediately. 0-1. The righty. He fires that into left field. So there's the Dodgers' first hit. Coming with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Maybe they can get something going here. Didn't give themselves a lot of wiggle room. Nothing more frustrating than when you cannot get a hit and you finally do. And all of a sudden it's, well, we're doing it with 2 outs. Like, great. Wilson Betterman. One stays upstairs for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. That's in for a strike. That is punched into left field. Okay. Dodgers getting a little something going here. The bottom part of the lineup. Starting a little something. 2 outs, 2 on in the bottom of the second. One swing can cut this lead in half. Make this feel like it's a little bit more of a game. Right now it feels like the Rangers are just crushing their way through it. And if this guy has a 500 average, let's see what he can do. Right on the corner for a strike. Looks like that zone's just a little bit tall. But I guess the compliment you could give it is that it is consistently tall. That one is on the outside for strike 2. So quickly 0-2. I'd say those are decent takes. They're right on the edges of the zone. Let's see if he can bait some aggression out of the batter. Kind of does. If he puts that a little, obviously if he puts that outside instead of it drifting in over the plate, probably get strike 3, but fouls it off and stays alive. That'll be punched up the middle. They will send him around third, heading home, and that'll make it 6-1 as he is safe at third. It was a good throw into third. Cliff Pennington, an opportunity to do a little bit of damage here with 2 gone. 2 on, 2 gone. That is low. Ball 1. Takes a strike. Oof, that looked like it caught a lot of the plate. I think that's a pitch you probably want to swing at, but hey, I'm not him. That is an out to the shortstop. Oh, it's a brutal turn. If that gets past his glove, you get another run. You make it 6-2. You keep things going. Instead, it's a nice snag. It's 6-1 Texas. As we head to the top half of the third, Dan Johnson going to get things started for us. 0 for 1. He has scored a run today. Because you forget that the Dodgers in that inning, they had an error. They sailed it over the first baseman's head. What was the score when that happened? I can dive back real quick. Nothing. It's a leadoff home run. Who was it? Ian Stewart? Dan Johnson. Here we go. It was a 3-0 game. If you're curious, it was 3-0. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, bro. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Yeah, it was 3-0 when they sailed that ball into... It wasn't even into, it was just off the railing. But at the same time, like, if you look at it and you go, it could be 3-1. which would make that shortstop snag a little more heartbreaking, but still not quite as out of it. Johnson now 0 for 2. This time the first baseman's able to corral the ball. But a good job by... I mean, we have to give credit where credit is due, right? Alas, no baseball for me. Just wanted to say hi. I got to go to bed. Well, have a great day at work tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Ian Desmond, 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI. Man, 3-1 versus 6-1. Wild. Wild to think about. So we will go to the top of the third. Or no, we're in the top of the third. What is happening? I am tired. Falling apart at the seams here. You know what threw me off is that they brought in a bat or a new pitcher. Oh, they're going to put down a bunt for some reason. Pitcher gathers and fires, but he is safe. I don't know why that animation is so slow on the calls, and it's both when they appeal down for the check swings and making calls up the line. He's like, I have to get into position. Okay, now I've registered. Now I will make the safe call. Big swing and a miss on a pitch outside. Strike one. That's misses low. One and one. One gone, one out. Top three. They bunted for a hit. And that is going to get lined into center. Do they put him in motion? I don't know if they put him in motion, but they are going to set him around second to third to throw a little offline. And that'll put runners on the corners for the Texas Rangers. Already up big, looking for more. Milton Bradley's 1 for 1 with a single. He's knocked in a run, an opportunity to knock in another one right here. The lefty fires a big swing and a miss from Bradley. The lefty. Nice block by the catcher. Nicely done. Keeps it in front of him. Make sure that no runs are going to score. If he can get one good pitch and a good turn on a double play behind him. Strike on the inside. 1 and 2. Can at least give his team a fighting chance. It's going to be, obviously it's an uphill battle going down 6, but the Dodgers started to have a little something against this Rangers pitching staff. That is foul. That is okay. First to second, back to first. The pitcher covering gets the out, and the double play prevents a run from scoring. Still 6-1, but a good job by the Los Angeles Dodgers defense to hold it to just a 5-run deficit. We're at the top of the order. Pierre, Beltran, and Braun for the Dodgers as we enter the bottom of the third. We got to watch like 6 innings of baseball in the last game. It took a very long time. This game hasn't exactly been quick either. Pitcher shakes his head no, but gets set. Fires that inside. One and 0. Strike on the outside. 1 and 1. We thought about going for the bunt, but pulled it back as the pitch was well below the zone. 2-1. Fouled away. 2-2.
That's a foul ball.
That's a foul ball. Swung on and missed, and that'll set him down on strikes. So he'll go 0 for 2 today. Pierre, he was a big piece of our puzzle in MLB 2K5. Carlos Beltran, he's 0 for 1 and a pretty low average on the season, under 190. Which is not something you want out of your number 2 hitter. They're guaranteed an at-bat. Some of those 8-9 hitters, not necessarily guaranteed an at-bat, depending on how the game goes. Say we see a lot of 1-0, a lot of 2-0 games. You get one solo shot. You'd have to have a minimum as a home team of 7 at-bats, whatever. This one is punched out to left, but the left fielder has a beat on it, tracks it down, and makes the out. Nice play out in left. That is Milton Bradley. That'll bring in Ryan Braun. Last chance for the Dodgers. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's right at 200 for the season. We'll catch up on some standings. It won't be the complete standings, but everybody's going to be a half game off anyway, just with the scheduling, so it doesn't really matter. The righty fires it. Foul. Rangers picking up a big win. The Mariners play a tough Phillies team later. We still have another game to get to before that at the Angels and the Athletics, and the Padres. So settle in, grab some leftovers of your Thanksgiving feast. Hopefully it was good. It's inside. Swung on and missed, so that will do it. Texas scores 6 in the first. They probably only should have scored 3. But that doesn't, you know what? It doesn't matter. When they have the error and they score 3 more runs, they have the error and they score 3 more runs. That takes care of things here from Los Angeles. 6-1, your final. Rangers over the Dodgers. The Dodgers not having a very good season. And it just got off to a bad start. And they could not recover. They put a little bit of pressure on Texas in the bottom of the second inning. But when you look at the fact that it was when they had 2 outs, they weren't able to really... They didn't have enough wiggle room. 1 for 1 with a home run for Dan Uggla. It was a 2-run shot. Sean Markham, spells his name correctly, I should say. Markham improves to 2-2. And Johulis Chasen, he falls to 1-4. Uggla and Kemp both with their second home runs of the year. So that'll do it from Los Angeles. God, I love that photo of Dan Uggla. Just the most I don't want to do this. Just take what you need. I have other things to do. We are going to head over to San Diego for game number 3. Oh, we got to catch up on a bunch of scores. I apologize. We left off at Red Sox Nationals. The Mets over the Tigers. They win 1-0. They are hovering around 500. Remember, this is a team that started 0-6. They are now 11-6 over their last, 17 decisions? So, Mets making a comeback. White Sox over the Reds 1-0. Pirates over the Angels 5-4. We have the Marlins taking care of the Royals 3-0. The Twins, they improved to 500 with a 2-1 win over the Diamondbacks. Cubs beat the Astros 3-1. The Rockies, they fall at home to the Rays 1-0. The Rockies are like the shockingly good team. They're always the team. Them and the Royals, I think, are the teams that I forget about being good. But the Royals have been slipping a little bit lately. And then we just watched the Dodgers crush the... Nope, we watched the Rangers crush the Dodgers. I apologize. So we have 3 games left. We'll do a quick standings check-in. The Mariners are 13-9. They're a game and a half ahead of the Rangers, depending on how that goes. Could just be a 2-game deficit for the Rangers. The Angels are 3.5 back at 10-13, and the Athletics are 9-13. They are 4 games back. In the Central, Cleveland up top at 14-9. The Royals, they're not too far behind at 13-10, just a game back. Twins are 500, 12-12. Tigers 11-12. White Sox 10-13. Then you have the Yankees atop the American League East at 13-8. The Blue Jays are half a game back at 14-10. The Yankees play the Giants, so they could be 13-9 or 14-8. So that'll be interesting to see. So keep that in mind, I guess, later. But also, you probably don't need to. The Rays are 11-11. The Red Sox are 11-12, and the Orioles are 10-14. As the divisions are spreading out just a little bit more. Checking in briefly on the wild card, the Blue Jays are atop with the Royals a half game back, the Rangers a game and a half back, Twins, Rays, Red Sox, Tigers. In the National League, we'll start in the East. The Phillies are 16-6. They have been far and away. You know what? No, the Rockies have been good. The Phillies and the Rockies have been the 2 best teams to this point. They are 16-6. The Marlins are in second place at 13-10. The Mets are 11-12. Braves 11-13. The Nationals are all the way down to 8-17, 9.5 games back. Astros and Pirates are tied for first 13-11 and 12-10, respectively. The Reds are 12-11. Cubs are 12-12. The Cardinals 11-13. The Brewers 9-14. And in the West, it's the Rockies up top 16-8. The Giants are 11-11. They're 4 games back. Giants are 12-13. Giants are 11-11. Diamondbacks are 12-13. Padres 9-14. Dodgers 8-15. Here's your National League wildcard. Marlins are atop at 13-10, but the Astros are only a half game back, as are the Pirates. Reds, Cubs, Giants, Diamondbacks, Mets, Cardinals, Braves. I did 2.5, under 3 back, but obviously still very early for the season. It's only an 82-game season. And we'll go ahead and save, just in case. Only an 82-game season, so be interesting to see when some of these teams really do start getting eliminated. Hopefully there are some interesting series toward the end of the season, because a lot of the divisional stuff has gotten out of the way early, which is unfortunate. So let's get this saved, and we will head to our 3rd game. The power of the PlayStation 2 save system. Here we go. Hit the wrong button. Padres Athletics going underway. Oh my goodness. Padres are an abysmal 2-8 at home. Whew. On the road they have a winning record, 7-6. That's nice. The Athletics very bad on the road, so something's going to give here. They've had 16 games at home and 6 games on the road for the Athletics. A little more even for San Diego, 10 at home, 13 on the road, but still not exactly what you'd want. But either a bad road team or a bad home team's going to win. Let's find out together. As we welcome you to Petco Park in San Diego, California. 9-14, San Diego taking on 9-13, Oakland. Someone's getting their first or their 10th win to get into the double digits. Padres probably need it more. Actually, the Padres definitely need it more with that. With the Rockies running away with the division. Jacoby Ellsbury is the center fielder. He will be leading off for the Oakland Athletics. Darnell McDonald is the designated hitter. Kevin Youkilis at third base. Adam Lind over at first. Vlad Guerrero in right. Hideki Matsui in left. Clint Barnes. He'll be the shortstop. Jose Lopez at second. Chris Snyder is your catcher. And that is your Oakland Athletics starting lineup. Brought to you by me. It's me. Brought to you by this PlayStation 1 copy of Monopoly. It was $7. Brian Duensing, 2-2 with an 8.68 ERA, 4 games, 9.1 innings pitched, 16-5-3. There are some funky stats for some of these pitchers where the hits are just way, way up there. It's your San Diego Padres defensive lineup. Brought to you by this other PlayStation 1 game that I have, Kurt Warner's Arena Unleashed. I have 2 used PlayStation games bought from different locations. Athletics going with a lefty-lefty matchup, as that is in for a strike, and we are underway here in San Diego. Game 3 of 4. That's right. We are across the 2-hour mark, and we still have 2 more games to go. So when that person in chat said, good luck finishing before midnight, I kind of smirked like, it won't be that bad. If the games both take the average, which is about 40 minutes, we will finish at 11:50, and it will easily be the longest day that we have had. Like I keep mentioning, if you want to support the channel for free, give the video a thumbs up. If you like it, subscribe if you'd like more. 5 nights a week we're doing some baseball here. That pitch misses outside. Quick programming note: there will be no baseball tomorrow. I will be busy, so we're gonna do we'll do a stream Saturday night to make up for it, and then we'll get back into our regular rhythms as the week begins. But for now, it's a 1-1 count. 1 runner on here in the top of the first. They will check back on the runner. Still no pickoffs have worked. No pickoffs. We have had 2 ejections, and not a single throw-over or a pickoff has been successful. So now I turned out my headset volume entirely. The lefty fires, swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. So the count now 2-2. That one stays up. Full count from the lefty here. Swung on and missed. Stayed up in the zone and got him to swing under it. Nice ride through the zone. And that will be out number 1 for Oakland. Thanks for the likes on the video, everybody. And to whoever subscribed, if you subscribed during this, thank you. If you didn't subscribe to this, thank you. Or because of this, due to this, from this. You're going to test again, so really keeping an eye on that runner at first. That stays outside for a ball. 1-0. That is hit well but foul into the lower deck, or the bottom. Popped foul. Out of play behind the dish. 1-2. Euclid's putting some swings out there. That one's fouled away, so we'll do the 1-2 all over again. That one blocked nicely by the catcher. Runner slides back into first. They will check on the runner yet again. Getting to an interesting spot here. Is the number of pitches thrown to Youkilis versus the number of times they've thrown over. I'm sure Youkilis is leading, but it's closer than the experts might think. Shout out to Lee Corso. Another foul ball from Youkilis. He'll take a pitch outside to fill the count 3-2. One gone, one on. Lefty is just desperately looking for something that he can get by. That'll get by. Not the way that... I mean, it'll get by for Youkilis. The left-handed pitcher was looking to get by Youkilis with a pitch. Instead, Youkilis is able to get by the second baseman with kind of a bad dive. I don't know that he really needed to. Or he was just late on it. Either way, it's runners on first and third. Just the one out, and Adam Lind will step in. Batting .367 on the season. 2 home runs, 9 RBI. Takes a strike, or takes a pitch in for a strike. That is, oh my goodness, that second baseman is having a heck of a first inning. The dive was a little bit off. He is out at third. An incredible dive by the third baseman. The run's going to score. It's a great throw in from center field. It's Adrian McCutcheon out there. But this is what I'm talking about. There's these nice diving efforts by the base defenders getting outs for their team. We're going to take a look at that. I'm guessing that it's a good call, but we have seen some bad calls here. Now, I do have to fight my PlayStation 2 controller, which has Nintendo Drift. So, where does the ball... Oh, God, and we have to deal with this. Oh, and like we need it like kind of right on, huh? Let's get that out of the way. Where's the tag applied? Right there in the shoulder? Ooh, if it's... just out. Wow. Okay, camera. Yeah, that's out. Wow. Either way, nicely done. From center field to third base. Good job by the third baseman. Put that body on the line, get that extra out. 1-0 Oakland. That will be sliced out to right field. Should just move station to station. That's exactly what they do. Runners on first and second. Hideki Matsui. Last time we saw Oakland, he punched one into right field. It ended the game. Walk-off home run for Matsui. It was only his second of the season. I believe we have seen both of them. This time he's facing a lefty, takes a ball inside. 1-0. It was that Mets Athletics game, I believe, back on day 25. A Twins-Phillies game and the Mets Athletics game. That was a good day of baseball. Matsui pops this one out to left. That will be out number 3. Oakland records 4 hits, puts 1 on the board, but strands 2. It's 1-0 as we head to the home half of the first. And that home half of the first will be led off by none other than Andrew McCutcheon in center field, who had a great throw to assist with out number 2. Designated hitter is Ryan Sweeney, third baseman David Wright. Right fielder Justin Upton. Catcher Jared Saltalamacchia. James Loney. Oh, God. Really didn't want the cough there. Saltalamacchia followed by James Loney at first. Bobby Abreu in left, J.J. Hardy at shortstop. Brendan Ryan, your second baseman. Scott Baker has a 6.97 ERA through 4 starts. A 1-2 record, 10.1 innings pitched, 12 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. McCutchen batting .222, 1 home run, 3 RBI. I think for these top of the order guys in this format, the 3-inning game, you really want a high batting average. The RBI opportunities are probably going to be pretty few and far between for them. But if you can get a guy that has a pretty decent average, I think that's a good spot to be in. McCutchen fouls that one away, so it'll be 0-2. It's 1-1. Dang it. Every time I say it confidently, it's wrong. That will be launched out to right center field. That is going deep, and it is dropping in front of the warning track. Oh my goodness! An absolute rocket from right field. But it's a leadoff triple for the San Diego Padres, who were looking to tie this game immediately. Ryan Sweeney, the number 2 hitter. McCutchen found the perfect part of the park for his speed to leg that out. That was it wasn't close or anything, but that throw from right field was a rocket. Here comes the 1-0. Outside ball 2. Thank God. Thank God that was correct. Pitches inside. Now 3-0. The righty pitches that one. It stays outside. Quick 4-pitch walk. Gotta put runners on the corners. David Wright, a couple of home runs. He's knocked in 8, a .313 average. I think that's kind of what you'd like to see from your number 3 hitter. Decent average, a lot of RBIs. But he only gets RBI opportunities if the guys in front of him could get on. It's probably like the biggest problem that Alex Rodriguez has on the Florida Marlins, where he doesn't have like a ton of RBI because the hitters in front of him aren't doing a good job getting on. That pitch, a slider, misses outside. Might need to pop up and turn the heat down a little bit. Righty readies is 1-1. That is foul. Pops that one foul. David Wright, your MLB 07 The Show cover athlete. That misses low. Should double check that. I'm pretty sure it's David Wright. I know for sure it's a Met. So if I leave, there it is. That's outside. It was indeed David Wright. Oh, thank God. MLB 07 came out shockingly late for the PlayStation 3. PS2 and the PSP came out in February, as that is a called strike 3 on the inside corner He does not agree with the call, but it's a good first out for this Athletics team. Now has an opportunity to get out of it. Justin Upton, 12 RBI with a 344 average. Yeah, February 27th, which is very early for that PS2, PSP version of MLB 07. And that one is foul. And then not until May 15th for the PlayStation 3. So, yikes. Swung on and missed. Interesting to see if the Athletics can work out of this. The pitch misses low for a ball. That is rolled over. Fires over to second. The turn to first. It is an out. That'll take care of the inning. San Diego picks up a hit. Oakland issues a walk, but they get out of it. It's 1-0. Barnes, Lopez, and Snyder. As we head to the top half of the second, McCutchen with a leadoff triple, and they strand him. Who's playing the game? Me? Barmes is ready as we get underway here. And lefty misses a pitch outside. That's in for a strike. Here comes the 1-1. That somehow missed. Looked good from our angle, but we're a little off center. The digital umpire from 2011 calls it a ball, so it's 2-1. That will be hit to the second baseman. He'll flip it over to first. A nice grab by the first baseman, as that was a one-hopper. Jose Lopez stepping in. Quickly, well, not quickly, but one away here for Oakland. That is a strike on the inside. Not necessarily looking at Oakland as like a power hitting team or a team that's going to score a bunch of runs. They had 4 hits, they only scored once. Which I guess is better than 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs. Because, I mean, even if it's a sacrifice fly, a leadoff triple that you're not able to push across. Yeesh. Chris Snyder. He is batting 200. Zeros the rest of the categories. Not great. That one is hit foul. Rolled over, and that makes it 0-1. I don't know how we got to that. The second baseman picks it up and fires over to first. That will retire the side. So Oakland quickly 1-2-3. It's like they know that the first game took an hour plus. Saltalamacchia is coming up. Loney. And I believe Abreu. It was indeed Abreu. As I try to figure out who it is. My video feed is out of sync with what I'm doing. It's a mess. So here is Jared Saltalamacchia. He takes a big old hack at that one. Under it for strike one. The righty fires. It's sliced into left. A one hopper to the left fielder. And there is a single for the Padres. So the Padres have led off with a triple. The Padres have now led off with a single. Question is now immediately, can they do anything with it? James Loney punches this one out to left. Is it going to stay in play? No. Just falls into the stands. Don't forget that, and I just remembered this myself, San Diego has a weird chunk of right field that just kind of sticks out for no reason. It's very odd. Oh and 2. That one's outside for a ball. 1 and 2. That one's fouled away. Ooh, whoa. Backed him off the plate a little bit. It's lucky that he doesn't get the batter or the pitcher a little lucky that he doesn't issue a hit by pitch. Here comes the 2-2. It's swung on and missed. The Padres are having trouble with this pitching. Bobby Abreu, batting 192 on the season. Only 3 RBI. Does have a stolen base. It's a runner on first with 1 out. They're going to put the runner in motion. That's going to be popped into foul territory. Wasn't sure if it was going to get to the stands. See if they want to put him into motion. I'd be curious if Oakland checks on him. They do not. That ball is low. 1 and 1. Runner stays at first. In this 1-0 game. That stays well outside. Well outside. That is going to be hit. Ooh, splits the gap between the first and the second baseman out to right field. J.J. Hardy. That one is hit well, but foul. So the single puts runners on first and second. Second runner that San Diego has had in scoring position. They were not able to capitalize the first time. Can they figure something out this time? Also, shout out to the fact that that Lego USS Enterprise releases tomorrow. It's $400. And I want one real bad. That is in for a strike. One and 2. That is hit well again. But slices that into the crowd. Foul. We'll do the 1-2 again. That one misses. Catcher gets a little lucky. I don't know if that was like a hitbox issue or what, but somehow it stays in front of him. The runner's unable to advance. So he'll look for strike 3 again. That one just outside. 3 and 2. Getting ready for the payoff pitch. That is hit right up the middle. San Diego is going to send the runner around third. Center fielder throws it in. The pitcher safe at the plate. Can't get the relay in time, and it's a 1-1 game as Brendan Ryan, go Mariners, steps into the box. That pitch stays high. Ball one. So San Diego finally comes through with a runner in scoring position. And now they can really swing this in their favor if they can drive in the runner from second. They put the runners in motion. He hits it. It's going to get into right field. They send him around third. It's safe at the plate, and that is now a 2-1 lead for the San Diego Padres and runners on the corners. Oakland played with fire, and they got burned here in the second. I was wondering if they'd be able to figure out how to get out of it. Andrew McCutchen, he's your leadoff hitter as the lineup is flipped over. He has a leadoff triple, and they can't do anything with it, but they've been able to cash in a couple of runs, and maybe Andrew McCutchen can help his team out. And that pitch just gets the inside for a strike. Can Andrew McCutchen help out his team and get an RBI? One gone, runners on the corners. 2 runs already across here in the bottom of the second. That pitch misses well outside for a ball. That's outside as well. McCutchen with a good eye. Nice patience at the dish. It's 2-1. They put the runner in motion between first and second. He is out by a lot. That was not a good steal attempt at all. McCutchen takes the ball outside. That fills up the count. And here comes the payoff pitch. Ooh, man. They got a little aggressive on the base paths. McCutchen rewards them with a walk, but it should be a bases loaded 1-out scenario. Instead, it's runners on the corners with 2 gone with the bad steal attempt. Righty fires. That is hit foul. That pitch misses low. Two gone. Here comes the 1-1. The lefty takes a ball. Somehow that's a strike. I don't know about that one. Fouls it away to stay alive. And that's going to get punched into left field. It'll score a run, and they'll move station to station. And the Athletics are going to get into the bullpen. 9 games for Will Oman. 1-0. with no saves, a 3.52 ERA, 7.2 innings pitched, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. That is going to be launched in, into right field. It's off that funky part of the outfield wall that I was telling you about. It's a section that juts out for just no reason. And the steal attempt is really going to bite them, because they would have scored a run with it, with that guy on, and they would still only be working with 1 out. Instead, they're doing 2 out damage, which is always great. But there could always be more. It's just a very weird decision. Justin Upton steps in. It's now 5-1 San Diego. A 5-run bottom of the second. That is in for strike number 1. I think this will pretty easily be the longest stream that we've done of MLB 11, the show. I think I said 3:15 was like the longest. We still have another half inning of this game at least. And we have another full 3-inning game to do. So if you need more leftovers, get them. Get them if you need them. Okay, cheer for the Padres. That one misses inside. He's almost hit a couple of, or the Athletics pitching staff has almost hit a couple of batters. That pitch is low. Oh, I guess we had one that was... Okay. Oh, we've had a couple real long ones. 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 46 seconds. That is a walk issued, and that is not what you want to see. Saltalamacchia steps in with 2 gone. That gets the corner on the inside. That is... Oh, that's an out to end the inning. San Diego comes up big. 5 runs in the bottom of the second to swing this game massively in their favor. It's been a day of big innings. We had the Boston Red Sox with a big inning in the 6th. They scored 5 for an 8-3 win. We had Texas score 6 in the 1st. They won 6-1, and now we have San Diego scoring 5 at the bottom of the 2nd. They now lead 5-1 with an opportunity to get out of here with a victory. Their 10th of the season. One more game after this. It'll be Mariners, Phillies. Mariners, Phillies did not go well last regular season, both in real life or for our digital team. That is a single in to left field. Yep. So the Athletics start strong here. Getting a hit, trying to put some pressure on this San Diego Padres pitching staff. Darnell McDonald is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That is crushed out to left field. Oh my goodness. Are things going to get interesting here in San Diego? Oakland with a 2-run blast to make it 5-3. Nobody gone. as that is absolutely launched. Kevin Youkilis, 1-for-1 with a single. What can he do here with nobody away in the top of the third? Now down 2. He'll pop that one foul out of play. That misses low and inside. That pitch misses low. So having trouble finding the zone here to try and put this team away. I think that you would want to be a little bit more aggressive. I know that you give up the 2-run home run. Just pitch in the zone, see if you can get something going. From just a you perspective. That misses. So Youkilis works a walk. That is hit up the first baseline foul. Black Friday is going to be a good opportunity for me to pick up the physical copies of the MLB the show games I'm missing. That's inside. Here comes the 1-1. That's going to be dribbled over to the second baseman. He'll toss, but the speed up the first base line is too much. He'll be safe. It's a nice job, but I don't know. Also kind of not. You need to throw this with a little more force. He was there ready for the ball. It's not like you were buying him any time to get into position. You got to whip it over there, get the catch, and get the turn to first. Double play still in order, but you bring up Vlad Guerrero, who did not have a team when this game was released. I checked when the rosters were last updated. Didn't say. That'll be rolled over to the third baseman. He'll fire to second, turns to first, and fires. That is an out. Out number 3. So it turns out the Padres needed those extra runs. It is a 5-3 final. McCutchen 1-for-1 with a triple and a walk. Your player of the game. Weird. McDonald has his first home run of the season. Scott Baker gets the loss. He's now 1-3. Brian Duensing 3-2 after the win. So that is game number 3. And we will get set for Phillies Mariners to wrap things up. As I pop over here to grab the thumbnail while the game loads. Beebity bobbity bo. Mariners Phillies from Safeco to play Seattle's game. Actually, you know what? I've not done that. That is very weird. I'm surprised it's a whole separate list. Yankees Giants is the other game. Looks like it was 3-2 Yankees. As the Giants kind of trying to work back to... or work to 500. I don't know if they were ever at 500 and then weren't 500 and then trying to get back to 500, but... Oh yeah, shout out to the NBA 2K26 disc. I'll make the photo. YouTube. Welcome to Safeco Field. We got that lefty lane for the Philadelphia Phillies. Shin-Soo Choo leading off in right field. Gregor Blanco, the designated hitter. Justin Morneau at first base. Fred Lewis in left. Jorge Posada behind the dish. Andres Torres in center. Ronnie Belliard at second. Ramiro Pena at shortstop. Brandon Ainge is your third baseman. AJ Burnett, 2-2 with a 4.35 ERA. He has 4 games, 10.1 innings pitched, 10, 4, 8 hits, walks, strikeouts. Oh, what? I was ready. I was gonna hit over there. Ba-bum. Ba-bum. That is in for a strike. And that is how things get underway here in Seattle. Last time we saw the Mariners in Seattle, it was an extra innings game. Right? It was not. It was a Mariners at Cardinals. No. Last time we saw the Mariners in Seattle. No, I think the Royals beat them. Because we saw the Mariners-Royals twice. One of them, I think, was a good result. The other one was a bad result. We're back in Seattle to wrap things up for April 27th, 2011. Actually happening on November 27th. November 27th, 2025. So, there you go. I wonder how many of the days will line up as far as, like, it's May 5th and it's December 5th or whatever. Probably not a ton of them. Here comes the pitch to the lefty. It is low. I believe that fills up the count, makes it 3-2. It does indeed. Here's the payoff pitch to the leadoff batter, Shin-Soo Choo. That'll be rolled over to the second baseman. He bobbles it, and that is still an out by about half a step. I was curious what the call was going to be. It looked like a bang-bang play. Either way, it's going to bring up Gregor Blanco. That is rolled over. That'll be foul up the first base line. Catcher stopped running. No one made the call. 0-1. Okay. Seen a lot of missed catchers today. That one he left up in the zone, like kind of overcorrected. And he's lucky it's just a single, because boy, did that ball have a lot of the plate and just kind of stayed up there. We'll take a look at the swing here. Comes in, looks like it's about belt high, maybe thigh high. My second favorite kind of thigh high. That misses. So ball one. Phillies are tied for the most wins in the league at 16. Unless the Rockies had already played. I guess technically they still would be tied for the lead at 16 because the Rockies game would have been earlier. There was one, it was Giants. Yankees. I think we had the 2 of the bottom 3 games. 3 of the 4 bottom games, I guess. The Rockies and Phillies both looking very good here early in the season. That is going to be popped out to center field. Center fielder waits for it. Drifts under it and catches it. Runner retreats back to first, and that will make it 2 away for Fred Lewis, who's has a .346 average. Ooh. Swung on and missed. That is strike 1. 1 on, 2 gone. Top 1 of game 4. That'll be rolled up the third baseline. Foul. That misses low. One and 2. Cannot put him away here. 2 and 2. Gets him looking. Strike 3 called. Looked like a pretty good pitch from our angle. So that will set them down. It's going to be Kinsler leading off, which is different. Usually it's Brett Gardner, but it's Ian Kinsler today, second baseman. Kurt Suzuki, the center, or the catcher, darn it, is in the number 2 spot. That's usually where he is when we watch the Mariners. Right fielder is Ichiro Suzuki. Aramis Ramirez at third. Scott Harrison in left. Jose Tabata, the designated hitter. Travis Hafner at first. Reed Brignac. Nope. Brignac? The shortstop, and Melky Cabrera, the center fielder. So Harrison's your different person in left field, and it is because of the lefty Ted Lilly. 2 and 2, 1.88 ERA, 4 games, 14.1 innings pitched. Good numbers. I mean, you've only given up 5 hits. 9 walks isn't great, but does have 11 strikeouts. So 14 kind of like base runners, but 11 strikeouts to kind of balance that total number out. And there is your Philadelphia Phillies defensive lineup. Ian Kinsler will get things led off for us. Batting .333, has 1 home run, 8 RBI on the season. And that is hit to a diving third baseman. He's able to make the stop and the throw across the diamond. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out, 1 nice defensive play. And now it's Kurt Suzuki, .325 average. Lefty readies and fires. That's low for a ball. I don't love that the Phillies have the number on the sleeve of the jersey. That is a pitch that he is going to want back. Way under it. Third baseman comes in to make the catch, and quickly, very quickly, 2 away. Ichiro, .244 average. 1, 2, 3. Home run, RBI, stolen bases. Ichiro with a good eye takes that pitch inside for a ball. Lefty fires that in for a strike. That makes it 1 and 1. That one misses for a ball. 2 and 1. Here comes the 2-1. It's slapped into left field. Third baseman was able to make the first diving play, but not able to make the second. It'll be a 2-out single for Ichiro. Aramis Ramirez stepping in. They will check on Ichiro back at first. He's safe. Still no successful pickoff attempts in the season. We still have 2 ejections. I'm a little bummed that we don't get ejections more frequently, but also, I kind of get it. Strike on the inside part of the plate. And we'll check on Ichiro again. He's back in. Double safe call that time. Hey, we'll check on him again. Double safe call. The boos start to rain down, and we really start to appreciate just the 2 checks on the runner. It's helpful. Keep the game moving. Throw toward the plate, please. That one misses. Okay, maybe that's why you're not throwing to the plate, because you're not accurate. It is 1-1 with 2 gone. Oof. I don't think that was an intentional pitch out. I feel like it's weird to pitch out with a curveball, but whatever. Catcher does a nice job to catch it and make sure that the runner does not advance. Here comes the 2-1. He will poke that up the third base line, but it slides foul. Got that nasty little left field wall with the scoreboard out there for Seattle here in T-Mobile in 2011, or in Safeco in 2011. And that is hit well, but foul. He's going to want that pitch back a little late. It's a good pitch by the pitcher in that case because he had him off balance, but darn, that's a missed opportunity for Seattle. 2-2. That one stays outside and fills up the count. 2 gone, 1 on, and a full count. Three and 2, Ichiro in motion, and that will be a walk. Scott Harrison has a .400 average on the season. This is why some of those averages get a little, not like confusing, but also kind of like, is it impressive? Is it not? What's the plate appearance count? Harrison is going to launch this out to left, and he'll make the catch a couple of steps from the wall. So Seattle puts 2 on, 1 via a hit, 1 via a walk. Can't do anything with it. There's no score, 1 hit for each team, as we'll head to the top of the second. And it'll be Jorge Posada leading things off. Batting .429, has 11 RBI, 4 long balls already on the season. He'll face off against the righty entering his second inning of work. That pitch stays outside. Ball 1. Gets the strike right at the letters. One ball, 1 strike. That gets the bottom, very bottom of the zone. 1 and 2. Ooh. Seattle missed an opportunity, and now Philadelphia misses an opportunity. Pitchers not hitting their spots, and batters not able to execute on the mistakes. Fouls that one off to keep it 1 and 2. That is swung on and missed with way up in the zone, and it stayed up in the zone. Good ride. I was actually out of the zone, so even better. Just early on the 96-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Andres Torres, a 4.06 average. This is a guy, you know what, just get him on base. He only has 1 home run. He has 4 runs knocked in. That one's inside for a ball. That misses. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. 1 gone here. It is absolutely demolished. That is the kind of aggression you want to see on a 2-0 pitch. And that is not the location you want to see on a 2-0 pitch. You're just trying to get a strike in there, get back into the count. That man injured his knee on the celebration, so good. And it is just a nuke shot out to right field. 407 majestic feet. And that puts the Phillies on top 1-0. And that'll bring in Ronnie Belliard. That's rolled up the third base line. Oof, that one gets just the outside edge, so strike 2 out there. Trying to bounce back after giving up the home run. Really nice location on that last pitch. Can't get the call on that one. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. It's going to be hit. Oh, it's going to be hit into right center field. He's going to go for a double. The center fielder comes up with it a little lackadaisically. It's a missed catch. Going to be interesting to see if we look at the replay. I don't think it was as bad. I think the jump was just really mistimed. We are going to, we're going to take a look at the replay. Because if you remember, Seattle in St. Louis, it got real weird. And this one is not weird. The jump is just a little off. It's not the worst time jumped in the world, but he's a half step to his, what is that, his right? It's very, looks like a very Mario jump here. So he misses that, and it sails into the outfield. I think the more frustrating part of it would be that you look at the outfielder, and that animation just kind of like, I'll get it and I'll throw it in, where you could probably have a shot to get the runner out at second. Not about swinging, able to hold it back. It's ball number 1. That misses low. Here comes the 2-0. This was where he had a little trouble last time. Left it right over the heart of the plate for a solo home run. That one misses well inside. 3-0. There is 1 out and a base open. This Phillies lineup is real tough. There's a bunch of switch hitters, or a bunch of lefties, excuse me, in there. So it does get a little tricky to deal with. Here comes the 3-1. That one misses low. Okay, so issues a walk, 2 on, 1 gone, double play still in order. Though as much as I talk about it, it's not a guarantee in a game like in MLB 11 the show. It's a mess. It's kind of a double whammy because the double play isn't as guaranteed as you might think, as this one is launched out to left field, and it is gone. Second home run of the inning for the Philadelphia Phillies, and they open up a 4-0 lead here in the top of the second. One of the things that we've seen with the Seattle Mariners is they tend to not be able to mount significant comebacks. I mean, but the Phillies have 385 majestic feet, so not quite as nice as the last one. Shin-Soo Choo steps in. He's 0 for 1. What I was saying, though, is it's a double whammy because the double plays aren't as consistent as you'd think they'd be. A lot of bobbles with the second baseman and the shortstop. But also the defensive teams that can't turn those double plays then get punished because they only get 1 out at a time, which gives them more opportunities to make mistakes, which we've seen the Mariners pitcher make a couple of mistakes. And you say, you go back to before that home run, the at-bat going, well, there's a base open. Bites him in the behind now. That is a strike on the inside part of the plate. Still just 1 out here. As we have another big inning. Every game has had an inning of at least 4 runs scored. Six for the Rangers, 5 for the Red Sox, 5 for the Padres. That one misses. Here comes the 2-2. That one misses. That is foul up the third base line, so a bit of a break for Seattle. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one's fouled, so we'll do it again. That is hit right up the middle. So a 1-out single will bring in Gregor Blanca, who is 1 for 1 with a single. Pitch is in for a strike. That'll make it 0-1. That one is rolled over, foul. Oh and 2. I don't know if you could really say easy strikeout to the pitcher who's really been struggling here in the second inning. And you also, I don't think you can say an easy strikeout to a guy who is already 1 for 1 with a single. But hey, fans, that's not going to stop them from saying something dumb. That'll get dumped into left field. See if they send him to third. They will. He will be there clean. It'll be... shockingly close. It'll be a double. Let's put 2 in scoring position here for Justin Morneau, who was 0 for 1. It's already 4-0 Phillies. They've scored all 4 of their runs via home runs here in the second inning. A solo shot and a 3-run blast. And Seattle just cannot pick up that second out. Ooh, that missed low. So Morneau with a 2-0 count is ahead. Boy, that sounded a quick cut on the camera like that. Makes you think that it's going to be a no-doubter, but mercifully for Seattle, it goes foul. That was the count that he gave up the home run on. It was a 2-0, but he just left a hanging breaking ball. Got absolutely clobbered to right field. 3-1. Batters love being aggressive with a 3-1 count. That one stayed just high enough for him to get a little too far under it. That's a foul ball. So we'll see another payoff pitch. As he sets and fires. Strike 3 called right at the top of the zone. Batter does not agree with it. Oh, and they will give us the pitch track 4-seam right there at 92 miles an hour. No inches of break. They finally get out number 2. They're going to bring in a lefty who wore the wrong size hat. It's Mitch Stetter. He has 10 games and a 2-1 record to go with it. 3 saves, a 3.86 ERA. 7 innings pitched. I did not actually get those last couple of stats. 9-1 strikeouts and walks, or 1-9 walks, strikeouts. That'll be hit up the third base line. It's fair ball. This will be one of those just unbelievably damaging innings. It's a 6-run frame. And yet again, we have another... Everything, there has been a 5-run inning in every game today. Minimum, and 2 6-run innings. That pitch misses outside. Philadelphia clobbered the Mariners last season. Philadelphia clobbered me with the Mariners last season. And now they are clobbering this fake made-up team from 15 years ago. That pitch misses low. The Phillies will be coming to T-Mobile Park this season. Boy, oh boy, that was a dangerous pitch. That pitch gets the strike call. It's a nice pitch. Maybe not as dangerous, but still maybe a little more of the plate than you want. 2-2 with 2 out. A runner on first and a 6-run top of the second for the Philadelphia Phillies. That'll be hit foul. They'll check on the runner again, back in safe. So the pickoff move does not work. Oof. God, jammed him there. Looked like he was lucky to get a piece of the wood on that at all. Stays 2-2. Oh my goodness. Again, that sound off the bat, that quick cut really makes you think it's going to do something, but then you see the angle of it and you're like, and you know, hey, it's going to be a foul. That misses well outside and fills it up. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming. Runner in motion as it's fouled away to stay alive. It is an interesting thing where this is similar to that Dodgers game where the Rangers scored 6. Swing and a miss there to retire the side, but not before Philadelphia puts 6 on the board, 7 hits. I guess it's not exactly like it because I think the Dodgers went down in order after the 6-run inning. I guess, you know what, maybe it's not a fair comparison because it wasn't the first inning. Never mind. Ignore that. Ignore me. So the bottom of the second. The Mariners, hey, do a good job. Lead-off hit. That's what you need if you're going to try and claw your way back into this one. You don't have to get it all at once. You don't have a lot of time to work with regardless, but a runner on first is a runner on first. Travis Hafner with a .269 average. Couple home runs, 6 RBI. That is foul up the third base line. That is going to be picked by the shortstop. Fires to second, turns to first. A double play, the most classic Sean move you can have with the Seattle Mariners. A nice hit to try and get things going, and then just immediately into a double play. Nice turn by the Phillies. Brutal turn for the Mariners. Reed Brignac stepping in. Looking at maybe having a couple of base runners in, trying to get an RBI. Trying to get something going here for the Mariners, but the double play really puts a damper on that plan, and it's a lefty-lefty matchup here. That pitch does miss for a 1-0. That pitch also misses 2-0. That is in for a strike. Here comes the 2-1. It is a strike at the bottom of the zone, so it's an even 2-2 with 2 gone. Swung on and missed. That retires the side, and it feels like the Mariners are just kind of done here. It is 6-0. They have Mariners pick up a hit, but it's a race with a double play. It'll bring up Torres, Belliard, and Pena for the Phillies. In the top of the third, Andres Torres, 1-for-1 with a solo shot. That misses low. Top of the third. That is going to be hit. Shortstop picks it cleanly. Fires over to first in time for the out. Ronnie Belliard, 1-for-1, a double. He came around to score. Really surprised that that did not hit him. I know our angle is weird, but that looked very inside. Probably a pretty big break for Seattle, who doesn't really need to give up more base runners. It's just a ball with 1 away. He'll swing at that and miss. Strike 1. Lefty. fires, and the right-handed pitcher punches it up the line. Foul. 1-2. Which looked like it missed a little bit low, so it's 2-2 with one gone. Top of the third here in Seattle. Gosh, goodness gracious, just put one in the zone. And put that in a commentator's getting mad at the team that they like commentary package. I see my YouTube recommended. That is way up there, but foul. Boy, that was a little closer than you thought because Seattle has that funky little corner in right field where they can make the catch and the out. That is lined into left field. All the way to the wall, he will round it first. Fires in, and that will be a double. So a one-out double. Ramiro Pena has a walk. He came around to score. He's working with the runner in scoring position. It is just not the Mariners' day, apparently. The one out. I just felt like it was up there for so long in inning number two, excuse me. Could be rearing its ugly head again. Does a good job to get ahead of this batter. 0-1. And now ahead 0-2. But can he put this batter away? Does he have the confidence and the bravery to get the third strike? I guess just the out in general. That one misses low and inside for a ball. Ball one. The 1-2 misses outside to make it 2-2. So maybe getting a little too cute here. Trying to induce a swing and miss. But he's done this before where he has let the batter back into the count. He's done the exact same thing. That will be popped out. The right fielder with a nice leaping, diving, tumbling grab. It's Ichiro out there. If Ichiro doesn't have to go tumbling to after the catch, I think he probably gets the runner at third with that rocket arm. But as it is, the runner is at third. There are two gone. It's a very dangerous place to leave a pitch. He gets ahead of this batter again. Just the most surprising thing in the world, but also at the same time, he just can't get things put away. That one stays upstairs for a ball. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. Lefty winds and fires, swung on and missed. So Seattle able to avoid any more trouble. They're still down 6. They only have 2 hits on the day. Cabrera, Kinsler, and Suzuki coming up for the M's in the bottom half of the third. See if they can do anything to make this game interesting. Melky Cabrera with a 2.08 average today, this season. That will be hit out to right field. 1 swing, 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. It is the right fielder, Shin-Soo Choo. Ian Kinsler steps in as the lineup flips over. 2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 outs as the Mariners are getting very aggressive, they're getting very aggressive, whether they're trying to get the big hero swing, to get something going, to get a run on the board, or they just all have dinner reservations. Kurt Suzuki steps up. Ichiro's behind him if he can get on base. Does take a pitch in the zone for a strike. So this loss is big for the Rangers, bad for the Mariners. In the 4-team AL West. That is rolled over, and that should do it. The behind-the-back toss ends the game, and that will take care of Seattle. Philadelphia. They mashed a couple of home runs. They got a couple extra runs after that. A 6-run second inning. Really felt like it put this game out of reach for a Mariners team that only collected 2 hits. Phillies collect 8. So 6-0 your final. We each caught up on the one score that we missed. I believe the Yankees beat the Giants. I believe it was 3-2, but we will double check on it, and we will get you the heck on out of here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for the late stream. I appreciate it. Ted Lilly is your player of the game. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 strikeout on the day. Ted Lilly improves to 3-2. A.J. Burnett falls to 2-3. Inge, and Torres each pick up their second home runs of the season. But that'll do it for me here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. Normally I stream on Fridays, but I will not be doing that. We have stuff going on, and I will not be home. Be out and about. Going out, hanging out, doing stuff. Having a good time. So, view today's games. I think we just had the one to catch up on. And it is indeed the Yankees winning 3-2 over the Giants. The Giants were 11-11. They fall to 11-12. Yankees 14-8. Kind of a sneaky good team. You have the Rockies at 16-8. The Phillies picked up their 17th win, 1-2, and then Yankees would be 3. I don't think anybody else. 13. Oh, Cleveland has 14. Oh, the Blue Jays also have 14. And that will do it. We will go ahead and sim to the date. And that'll get us prepped for tomorrow. Let's save as I say my goodbyes to you fine folks hanging out on this lovely Thanksgiving night. Again, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you had good food, good company. If you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope you just had a good Thursday. All that good stuff. I really appreciate you hanging out, being here. I know I was a little on the late side. We did finish before. Yeah, we did finish pretty well before midnight. Thank God. But yeah, it was a late stream. It was going to be a late stream. Family stuff going on. Thanksgiving is busy, but glad that I sat down and did it. Again, no stream tomorrow. I will be back on Saturday. So you'll have baseball here on the channel Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then we'll figure something out. Doesn't seem like those mini-season videos are doing particularly well. So I might cut that. And I'm also not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. Just because I do not enjoy the competitive timing. So we'll figure something out. Or maybe it's just an empty slot. Who knows? Stick around to find out. Subscribe if you haven't. Again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for all the likes on the video. I think we picked up a subscriber as well during the stream. Maybe even if it wasn't because of the stream, thank you for hanging out. And that'll do it. Good night, everybody. Good sports. We'll see you Saturday for more content here on the channel. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.